Trevor Gordon, Genuine Enthusiasm. Today I am going to do a cold plunge with Greg, the founder of Revive. Come on in.
Okay, so welcome to our contrast therapy studio you see behind us. We have 5 tubs, 5 different temperatures, because we know from the science that we need different temperatures at different times. We've actually named all our tubs, which is really cool. So Kazansky, starting over here, he is our coldest tub. He's Iceman from Top Gun, Elsa from Frozen, Kwai from Mortal Kombat, the computer game, Jack, as in Jack Frost, and Bobby, of course, Iceman from Marvel movies. Then we've got our amazing 4-head rain shower with a dunk bucket, and last but not least, our amazing 38-person sauna, the dry Finnish style sauna. We hold it at about 92 degrees, and we have lots and lots of airflow because we actually pump air into the sauna. This gives us a lot of a softer sauna feel, make you sweat faster, but it's more gentle for your body. So that is the contrast therapy. And then we have our relaxation area here. As you can see, I've left my tea there. This is our relaxation area. And this is the area we come to between cold and hot. This is our treatment room. It's chiro, kinesiology, physiotherapy, and our own tea room. We also offer osteopathy services and Reiki out here, where you can really have treatments that are complementary to contrast therapy. Here we have our amazing coffee bar. We sell coffee, electrolytes, and we sell protein bars as well. Super important after doing contrast therapy, you get some protein in your body, so we look after you there. One of the really interesting things that we don't do in our coffee bar is we do not charge you anything for milk alternatives. We believe coffee should be your way at the same price.
Greg, what did you get into? What's happening here?
So you said to me you wanted to do a podcast or an episode.
Yeah, I thought we were doing this on chairs.
I thought we were going to do this in the chairs, and then I decided, why don't we do this in the cold plunge? So how about we get in and we'll get started? Does that sound good?
Okay, you introduce me to this.
Absolutely. That is Frank, our emotional support duck. And he helped people out in their first, second, or even their 30th time in the tubs with us. He's an interesting duck. And he's expressionless, and if he can do it, you can do it.
Are you okay with me bringing him into this journey?
I think you might need it.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic.
Here we go.
Whoa.
You just got right in.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you run this place.
Some say I do a lot of jobs.
So I might do this as a progression throughout the interview.
That's okay.
Okay. So let's just get right into it.
Yeah.
As I get my questions all ready. Have you ever did a podcast like this before?
Not in cold water. And ironically, when we were talking about this, I was going to turn tubs up a little bit so they weren't quite as cold, and I forgot.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit absent-minded, and now I'm suffering. But never done a podcast like this before.
All right. Well, so yeah, we'll start off. What inspired you, Greg, to launch Revive?
So I was going through some stuff in 2023, and this, I found contrast therapy is really the only way to calm my monkey mind. And know that I have a mind that thinks on lots of different subjects at all times, and this particularly is the one thing that I can be present in the moment and focused. And so it was a no-brainer for me, because I want to bring this to other people as an art and science to contrast therapy. I want to bring to Toronto, I want to bring across time.
Wow. By the way, I'm not gonna lie, this is hard to concentrate on this, but I'm glad we're doing this in real time. And it's also, I'm gonna tell my audience here, normally I have my questions in front of me with a teleprompter, but this is why I'm holding a phone, and I am very, very cold. Now, Greg, you didn't come from the wellness industry. You came from the automotive industry. So what made you pivot from the automotive to this industry?
Like I said, I found contrast therapy as something that helped me with my monkey mind. But then also, coming from an engineering background, I wanted to really engineer the best place possible for people. So our sauna is engineered with airflow in mind. The way that the building is structured, we don't have any hallways. We've got one very small hallway. We don't have doors. So it's a very open concept. You can see everything from the sauna. So I wanted to bring that design philosophy of cars or luxury automotive into this, and that's really why I decided to pivot. So purely selfishly, it helped me. I wanted to help other people. I'm always up for a challenge. I'm always up for doing something new, and this has just been a really great thing to do. And so that's the reason for the pivot.
Now, throughout the interview, we've been showing location and visual. You've been giving a good tour. This was built from the ground up. What makes this layout different?
Brilliant question. Really what makes this different is we have a fully functioning coffee shop. We have a treatment room that is a standard size treatment for physio, chirokinesia, and all sorts of other treatments. Our sauna is designed like a stadium. You'll feel that when you go into the sauna in a little while. And here, our tubs are actually at different temperatures. So what your listeners may not know is you're actually in our warmest tub.
Liar.
And so we have different temperatures of tubs, and that's what makes us very, very unique in this space.
Why did you choose contrast therapy as a full experience? And by the way, I'm going to add this as context. Some of the questions I'm going to ask you, you might have answered, but I'm purposely asking again and again because I really want to expand on certain things.
No, it's good.
I apologize to my audience and you in advance, but I just like to really emphasize certain things. But why did you choose contrast therapy as a core experience?
Because this, for me, every therapy that you do, and I marathon run, I cycle, I try to work out, of every therapy that I can think of physically, this is the only one that you absolutely have to be present. There's no error, there's no margin for error here. You have to be in yourself, you have to be in your body, you have to be focused. And that's why contrast therapy is so amazing. And it's completely drug-free. You have everything inside your body to come and do this, and we're built for this.
Yeah.
That's why I love it.
Can you walk us through, Greg, the science behind the hot, cold exposure and why it's effective, like sauna, the shower, like, the whole science of the different levels?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you get in the sauna, you activate your sympathetic nervous system, which is kind of your rest and digest. It's your relaxation. And what we're doing is we're getting you then overly kind of stimulated in that hot environment, and that's when your body starts to panic, it starts to excrete all the toxins, and that's happening through sweat. And then when you come into here, we activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your flight or fight scenario, and your brain is in panic. Your brain is flooding the body with epinephrine, with cortisol, with your stress hormone, and then when your brain relaxes, your brain should have started to relax by now, hopefully. That reuptake, and what we're doing is we're teaching the body with its own mechanisms to deal with stress. So anybody that's having a stressful time or wants to recover physically, this is the thing to do.
So elevator feel, why specifically the 5 temperatures?
So we know from all of the studies, and one of our pillars is based in science. We know from the studies that extended exposure, especially for women in super cold temperatures, is not good for them, certainly through their menstrual phases. So we've set our temperatures differently, depending mainly for women's health, but also for mental health and for mental reset. We don't need a 4 degrees up. 15 degrees is absolutely okay. And we want this to become part of people's lifestyle, not a thing that they do because it's a fad. This is genuinely, if we think contrast therapy can date its roots back to the Greeks 3000 BC, humans have been doing this for 5,000 years, using hot and cold as a therapy. It is only now just becoming understood what's going on in the body, and that's the beauty of this thing.
You segued perfectly into my next question. Some people think cold plunges are a fad. What is your take on that?
Honestly, my take is, and people have often said to me, what are you doing that's new and different? And the answer, quite simply, is the way we deliver this. Yes, there's something new about it with the different temperatures of tubs. Our guidance and our team are absolutely amazing here. The ability for us to do one-on-one sessions with customers and clients, that's also unique. But contrast therapy is thousands of years old, and humans have been getting in cold water for centuries, for millennia. Here's a fun fact for you. It's no wonder that babies are born and they can swim but they can't run. Because to avoid predators, humans used to give birth in running water before hospitals. So we're built for cold running water. And that's just in our DNA, that's just in our nature. So this, we're just going back to where we were. It's brilliant.
Wow. By the way, I'm getting a little bit used to this, but it's still full. Thank you, Frankie.
Do you want to get out of this sauna and come back in?
Yeah, why not? Let's pivot.
So you said you should get on the tub to do a sauna. What's the process now?
Yeah. So really, the best thing to do when getting out of the tubs is to let your body warm itself up. Remember we said this is about biohacking? So what we really want to do is we want to now allow our body's natural systems to take place, right? So what you'll start to feel is it'll be a bit crampy in your legs, it'll feel chilly, it'll feel cold. Your body is now firing itself up, burning brown fat, and now it is your oven, your internal oven is on. And that's what we want to do. So we want to always take that rest between and not rush between hot and cold. So now for us, it's not rushing, taking our time. That's why your skin's a bit pink. And that's absolutely normal.
Okay.
That's normal for your skin to do that.
Okay.
And that's kind of what we want to do. We just want to let ourselves move on.
Okay.
So we just got out of the sauna where we just warmed ourselves back up and obviously went into the shower, rinse off those toxins to lower our skin temperature just a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get back in the tubs and we're going to continue this podcast. But for me, this is going to feel brutal because now we're going to have another extended period in the cold whilst talking, trying not to shiver and talking to you guys. So you ready to do this?
Frankie told me to maybe take a break, but I don't know.
All right, let's go.
Let's go all the way in, all the way in, all the way in. Okay. So now the part where we find our calm.
By the way, shout out to iPhone after waterproof. Endorsement deal right there. Okay. All right, so we're getting into Greg. You're partnering with U of T and OCAD. Why is science and research important to W5?
I told you it was going to get cold, right?
Yes.
So for us, we're partnering with U of T because we believe that although this is an ancient thing to do, there's really not a lot of studies out there. There is a lot of studies on cryotherapy, which is being cold, and there are a lot of studies on pyrotherapy, which is sauna or being hot. Not really a lot in both. So what we're doing is we're providing a place that research people can come and study the effects scientifically of what's happening with the body doing this. And selfishly, because the data isn't out there, we're gonna create the data. We're gonna do the study good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling cold, which segues into my next question. What are the kind of results that people are feeling, seeing, physical, mental, emotional?
Yeah.
As I grab Frankie here.
So the physical results that you can expect: fat burning, muscle tension, an overall reduction in cortisol in the body. Mental, the resilience of the stresses that happen on a daily basis. In doing this, what we're doing is we're teaching the body how to deal with stress. So that panic that you're feeling, that cold, that chill, taking the mind to a place where it's not affecting you. That's why contrast therapy helps in both physical and mental. And obviously with Frank, that's a major one.
I mean, who's this really for? Everyday people, athletes, all of the above? Like, I mean, what's sort of like your intention?
The common misconception of this is it's just for athletes. This is for anybody that's having any form of stress in their life. This will help you to re-regulate your stress so quickly. And the really crazy thing is, we can do that in 75 minutes. And you'll be re-regulated for 2 to 3 days. So taking 75 minutes twice a week, re-regulating your body, getting you back down to where you're at. We don't really see a benefit in doing it repeatedly more than once a day, but 2 to 3 times a week, amazing.
How does community play into your business? Like the neighborhood, we're in the Hyde Park area, which is a beautiful neighborhood, a beautiful vibe.
Yeah.
How does community play into all this?
Yeah, so we've got an amazing community in the Hyde Park area. And I think in here, you're definitely in yourself. In the sauna, you have this ability to be in a social setting, to have the most amazing conversations in the sauna, to have the most amazing sense of community and connection with each other when you're in the sauna. So we have connection with other people in the sauna, and you have connection with yourself when you're in here. There's you and I are talking.
Yeah, as you're talking, there's great people here that make a great community.
Yeah, the guys just coming in and hanging out, doing the session.
Everyone seems positive here. You seem to attract a lot of positive, good people.
Yeah.
That's by design.
Yeah, you know what? We are so fortunate here where we genuinely have a great community of people coming in. I think what happens is once people get used to doing contrast therapy, then a natural calmness starts to come into the place. And we always say the problems are out there, not in here, because there's no space. There's no space for problems when you're in here. So. Now it's starting to get a bit cold.
Yes.
This is like wing number 8 in spicy hot wings for me.
Yeah. The coffee shop, the tea, what was your thought process of including that? I just think it's such a cherry on the ice cream.
Yeah, I when I was doing contrast therapy, I hunt these things out when I'm traveling. It was one of those things that I always crave. I crave something to eat, crave a coffee afterwards, just to be able to sit down outside doing this and just to be, and just to sit, and just to relax, and just to, we call it integration, and all it means is just allowing yourself to just be in the moment. So integration is just a posh way of saying being in the moment.
Growth, by the way, my facial expressions is not because of your answers, good or bad. It's just the water. It's just the audience realize the facial expression you're seeing is not because of the answers.
This is real.
This is real life. This is not acting. This is. You mentioned growth.
Yes.
What's next for Revive in Canada?
So we want to have 20 revives across Canada, and the big bold dream is to buy a mountain one day in South America and to build the world's first contrast therapy studio in a mountainside. So have the sauna built into a cave, and have the cold water be natural from the mountain. That's the big bold dream.
Final question.
Yeah.
And by the way, you've been great, by the way.
Thank you.
It's like you're a professional, you're in these hotels all the time, but what's the words of wisdom you would give to people that are thinking about it, considering it, looking at my facial expressions as I'm in this pub? What would you say to someone that's considering this?
Okay. Here's what I'd say. Come down, see us, come and see the team. We do, on a daily basis, we have intro sessions. Contrast therapy doesn't need to be arduous, it doesn't need to be a pain, it doesn't need to be breaking the ice on tubs. Be kind to yourself. Come and try it, come try it with us. I can't tell you what other people do. I can tell you how we are at Revive. We have an amazing team who look after people, who care about people, and who genuinely care about the community that we're building. So come down, try it out, and see the difference for yourself. What we are doing is quite extreme. This is not what we would advise people to do. But I think you and I are both as crazy as each other. And when you came up with the crazy idea, I just was crazy back and said, yes, why not? Let's do it. So come in, try it, and see for yourself.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna say no to this podcast interview idea. I might have thought maybe it'll be okay if he says no, but you didn't.
No.
And we're here. If you could, I know this is a bonus question. I said that when I lied. That wasn't the last question. What would be that perfect Google review that you would hope a customer gets from the entrance, from them showering, to having tea, to getting in the tubs, meeting your great staff? What is that really hope that you want a customer to get, experience, say in that review?
I'd like a Google review of how I see contrast therapy, which is, it's changed my outlook on the world. And it sounds corny and it sounds coy, but I promise you, tomorrow, there's going to be nothing that's going to annoy you. You're going to sleep like a baby. Nothing's going to annoy you. You're re-regulated. You're back to where you should be. And that's really where it's at. So in giving us a Google review, not at the desk, we don't do that stuff. Give us a Google review the next day and tell me how you feel. Because I promise you, you're going to have the most amazing sleep. You're going to feel $1 million tomorrow.
We can keep this part or not, but I was here a month or so ago, 2 weeks ago with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I was scared. I didn't know what she was getting into, but we were in here for an hour and a half. The staff was great to us. I had an amazing sleep, and I was saying it's just like a placebo effect, because I woke up in the morning feeling like I could take on the world, that I could run through a building and just be Superman. Like I felt in a way that I never felt in a long time. Like
if you come and do this in the morning, to wake up and you finish on cold, you'll be supercharged for the day. If you come in the afternoon and evening and you end on warm, you will sleep like a baby. Absolutely sleep like a baby. So this is biohacking at its finest. It's not placebo. It is your body's doing this. Your body is re-regulating. So
thank you, Greg.
thank you.
It's been such an amazing, beautiful experience. I can't thank you enough for this.
Should we get out?
Oh, I should. Yes. Well, thank you, Greg, for giving me this beautiful opportunity of checking out Revive and getting into a cold plunge. I have to say, this is so far my most interesting podcast interview yet. So again, thank you to all the staff, Greg, Revive. Thank you to you watching. Bye, everyone.
Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. Might have took the long way. You're filming, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
Brilliant, thank you.
good.